outstanding job with that. And I can tell some of you are passionate about what you were saying. What they were saying. You were saying it the way you heard somebody else say it. That's right. But the thing is, though, all of those are valid points, you know, and a lot of times in education, in a culture, we don't address those things, but the social interactions are something that can really tear down a culture if you don't address those things. So anyway, we're going to talk about some of those things like that. But my kids love those celebrations. And me, I'm a person of let's celebrate it, the expected behaviors. We give too much attention to those kids that want to fight, and because that's about 5% of your population that just could tear it down. But the other 95% that are doing mostly what they are supposed to do, sometimes they can slip out without us even ever knowing their name, really, if you're not conscious of it. So one thing I push is to really, really celebrate those expected behaviors. And so we use things like that. My kids just love for me to come say, "You are the bomb." They love that, and we get the whole class, and they get that clap in sync and all of that. So there's many little praises like that, and it calls interaction as far as movement and all that kind of stuff. So don't lose those kind of things. High school students even love that stuff. So those are things that we get away from sometimes. Well, here we go. What I did is compile some of the lists as far as put it in categories of things. And some of you said some of the same thing. Lord, I'm so tired of testing. I'm so tired of trying to get them to learn. And they were always referring to them as them and all that. Like we should be a learning culture together, not you and them. I don't know it all. That's why as your presenter facilitating, I'm so excited that I'm going to be learning and have already learned things from you. But if we don't take that approach in the classroom, then, you know, we try to send a message to the kids we know it all when we really don't. Those are great for brats, and I just put them under those kids like y'all were saying and everything. Programs, reviewing data. A lot of times people review data, but they don't know where to go with it from there. What's the purpose in doing the data if you don't know how to use it? The purpose of having data is so you can assess where you are and come up with strategies for improvement. Am I right? That's should be the purpose of data. My school being Title I, meaning that you had a lot of free and reduced lunch kids, high poverty area and they were low achieving students and all of that. The curriculum standards changing all the time. That was things said. The lack of parental support. Some of them even said my principal, you know, because like you said, they just talk all the time and don't listen at all. And some of them even got down to the point they said their family and wife and husband and all of that kind of stuff. Some of them even said, I'm tired of me because I realize now that I'm not an educator. And I think sometimes you have to come to that conclusion that am I an educator or not? And then in the end, interventions, meaning that intervention is not going to be a notebook that I can come and say, Joseph, this works. I don't care where you go. This will work for you. And I just hand Joseph the notebook, and I go and just call me at the end of the year and tell me how good it worked. Those are what we call interventions. Now, interventions, as far as in this context, interventions are good. But if I don't link up with Joseph here and teach him things and go through this process with him, it's a process, key word, process, then the intervention is not going to work. If the faculty is not bought into it, if the principal doesn't know how to facilitate it for his staff or be an instructional leader for that, it doesn't work. Because in the whole scheme of things, it's the adults that work in the building that actually ensure whether or not a program is effective, okay? So that's why you got to have data and know which ones are working, which ones are not. So we're going to talk about building capacity. Now, math teacher, capacity. Mr. Smart, tell us what capacity is. Amount of something. Okay. Building capacity. If capacity is the amount of something, then building capacity sounds like you're going to be doing what? Increasing it. Very good. Increasing it. That you're going to be expanding the knowledge set. Now, with this expansion, we're also talking about the element of growth. Why would we want to expand maybe something that we're teaching in the teaching and learning environment? Why would we want to expand it?
Deeper understanding.
Deeper understanding. Very good. Deeper understanding. What else?
We have different students who are at different points in their learning.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to have something so we can make sure we're covering all students.
Very good. And so that every student can find out where they fit in this learning environment. Okay? What else?
Because you want success throughout the building.
You want success everywhere.
Right.
Now, how many of you in your positions and roles right now would be totally satisfied if you didn't have to grow from the state that you are now? For example, you're assistant principal now, right, Michelle? Any aspirations to be a principal?
Yeah.
But what if somebody said, well, you've reached your capacity. You can't be assistant principal. How would that make you feel? You can't be a principal.
Right. Sad.
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 Okay. All right. Okay. Damon?
Want to know why, want to search, to
Mhm.
find out why,
Mm-hmm.
the reason why,
Okay.
what I need to do.
Okay. Damon, you're a student. You had a very good handwriting. What if I could say that's the best that you can ever write? How would that make you feel?
I'm motivated to do it
Why?
because you have to find for me a legend.
Okay. Okay, good. Good. What about you? You're going to tell me something anyway. Go ahead.
I know.
Jordan.
See, I guess my thoughts are all over my face, but I think about the fact that if I'm the best that I'm going to be, even if it's in this job, what's the point of keep doing it?
All right.
I've already reached
Move
my
on.
pinnacle, so it's no need in me keep doing this because I have, this is, you know.
I've conquered this.
Yes. Yes. Go,
I
Kathy.
guess I would just thinking about, I was just telling Ms. Rouse, I was like, it would make me mad.
Mm-hmm.
It would make me want to do just the opposite of whatever you're saying I can't do.
Exactly.
I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Really? And then it would make me want
Let me
to
show
do it.
you then.
After, yeah.
Yes.
Who are you to tell me I'm not gonna do it?
Yes. And see, you have that motivation, that intrinsic motivation, that you can flip it. And you can, yes. Everybody doesn't have that. And we have more kids that don't have that because it has not been built or instilled in them. And for example, I ran into teachers that told me, boy, you're smart. And more than one teacher told me that. Well, do you think I believed it? Yes, I believe it now. You know, that's how much it was instilled because they said the right things. Have you ever heard of you ain't gonna amount to nothing? You ever heard somebody say that?
They'll dance around it.
They'll dance around it.
In private, it might come out, but they'll dance around it.
So as a professional, if we're gonna build capacity, does that sound like the vocabulary that we should have? Would you agree that everybody has a purpose?
Yes.
And if you don't have purpose or feel like you've achieved your total purpose, then what's the use in going on, right? If you can't grow anymore. So it's all those comments that you said. So this is what we're doing. We're going to build capacity, not just in leadership, not just in terms of the teaching and learning environment, but we're going to build capacity in the belief in kids and teachers that this work can be done, that it does have a benefit for your life. We're going to help them apply it, and we're going to also say to them that it just does not occur in this classroom. It goes outside the parameters of this classroom. So, as a math teacher, Mr. Smart, one day I was teaching geometry, all of this other kind of stuff. Just really knowing about angles, curves, and stuff, making sure things are straight and balanced and all that. But I got home one day and got in my house and saw this big spot and found this huge painting that I wanted to put up. And so I said to myself, when I bought the painting, well, how am I going to get this thing up? And so immediately I thought, I'm going to hire somebody. to come in and put this up so it'd be put up right because I know I want it straight and all that kind of stuff like that. Well, I started thinking, dawg, you've been a math teacher, been teaching kids all this stuff. Why can't you go out there and do these things? And so I had the tools and everything I needed, the balance thing. I had the hammer, the nails, I had the string, all that kind of stuff that I could do. I knew how to find the stud. So I went on and I took on the project of saying, I'm going to hang this painting